The good, the bad, and the gossip with John, Jay, and Rich.
All right, Kyle, how about a little GBG this morning?
Sounds good. So Beyonce's list of dressing room demands has been leaked. Supposedly, Beyonce asks that her dressing room not only be completely baby-proofed, which is very understandable, not totally a diva demand right there, but it must be furnished in all white, with the temperature remaining at 72 degrees at all times.
Sounds nice.
She requested a large second room with a massive vanity and stage lighting so that her hair and makeup team could make her look her best under the lights that she would be performing under. She even asked that all of her food be served on a crisp white tablecloth. She also has a no camera policy, so no one's allowed to take any pictures. And also, this one comes around a lot. You're not allowed to look Beyonce in the eye. Now, we always talk about where these things come from. It's just her people. It's not really Beyonce saying, I can't have anybody look in my eye. If she did, that would be kind of weird.
It seems like that comes up a bunch.
I know.
Why don't you want people to look at you?
I don't know. Maybe they're just telling people to give them their space. Like, she's trying to prepare for a concert. She's trying to get into the groove, into the Sasha Fierce character or something.
And as I say that, I feel like John Jay would love that.
Yeah, I know. Joe Jonas, you guys, the rumor came out. It was leaked after the Jonas Brothers canceled their tour that he was basically the reason because he's got a bad drug habit. Well, now we're getting some details. Allegedly, Joe Jonas has had a heroin problem since back in March.
Get out.
Now, back in March, that's when it was reported that he supposedly had a sex tape, and then his people just laughed it off, and they're like, that's a rumor, that's a joke, whatever. But I guess the sex tape actually happened, and in the tape, he's using. So
Oh, no.
if his people had really looked into it, they may have, been able to stop it before it got too bad. But now friends and sources are saying that the problem has gotten so far they don't know how he's going to get help, although he has been seen out and about with the same crisis management counselor that helped Demi Lovato. So maybe he already is on his way to recovery. We don't know that yet, but what we do know is they're saying this problem started back in March. So
Man, I
it's been
hope
going on
that's
for
not
quite some
true.
time.
Boy,
I know.
I really like those guys. They're so good to us.
Totally. Someone else who may have a little problem happens to be Robert Pattinson. He was out seen in the clubs trying to be discreet, but totally in front of everyone in a VIP section, taking some lines of cocaine, trying to do it discreetly, taking some out of a bag and sniffing it on a key or something like that. And then later on, after switching venues, he just straight up walked to the bathroom several times carrying a bag of blow, which totally blows my mind. I don't even know how people do that. But then the party went back to his house, and people who were there have come forward and told the tabloids that the party went on and he was doing coke till all hours in the morning, which is never a good thing. We got to send our good vibes out to them so they can not do that anymore. Listen to this. I think this is absolutely hilarious. Johnny Knoxville has that movie coming out called Bad Grandpa. Mm-hmm. And he said that he had an interesting experience while filming some of the promos for it. He actually ripped and tore the tendons in his ring finger.
We were shooting some promos for Bad Grandpa at a frat house in Arizona.
Where in Arizona? Which school?
University of Arizona.
Oh, okay, in Tucson, all right.
Yes, and so people handed me some beers, and I took some sips, and 30 minutes later, my heart starts racing. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, I remember what's going on. Someone had slipped me ecstasy.
Oh, they really did drug you?
Yes.
Yeah, and he said, and I don't really know how it happened, but somehow I wake up and the tendons in my ring finger are totally torn.
Those wild cats.
Those crazy people. Also somewhat wild, but totally not on the Johnny Knoxville level. The Dodgers were playing a baseball game yesterday and had invited Will Ferrell to do the player introductions. And anytime you have Will Ferrell doing anything, it always ends up being funny.
At first base, number 23, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fifth, in center field, number 16, Andre, I know you didn't, Ethia.
So funny.
Oh, I like the next one was the Chupacabra.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
What's the guy's name? Yasiel Chupacabra Puig.
Yeah, and then he said one guy is obsessed with Katy Perry or something like that. It was really funny. On our website right now, johnjrich.com, if you go there, type in the keyword GBG. Poor little Kendall and Kylie Jenner were busted using a fake ID in a club, and they were leaving the club and photographed looking somewhat wasted, or they say just tired. See the picture for yourself at johnjrich.com, keyword GBG.